In my doctoral class on leadership and character and ethics, we use a book by Justin Irving. And one of the big takeaways from the book interviews hundreds of leaders, CEOs and vice presidents and heads of major organizations, nonprofit and for-profit and churches and so on and so forth. Um, and one of the big takeaways was this idea that leaders have to engage in self-care. They really do. They have to engage in taking care of themselves so that they can take care of others. And it's somewhat of a counterintuitive thought to especially nonprofit and ministry leaders because they're so focused on the mission of taking care of others that sometimes it's easy to forget about themselves. But it's kind of like being on the airplane when they say, if the mask drops from the ceiling, you have to put it on yourself and then attend to others because you'll be no good to other people if you're passed out yourself, right? So you can help them most effectively by taking care of yourself before you try to take care of others. And I think leaders are particularly prone to this because to not taking care of themselves because they have this like let's go get it, let's go do it, let's go make this happen kind of mentality, and that gets in the way of them actually eating right or exercising or getting enough sleep or whatever when they could be working extra innings at the work. And as I'm speaking, I'm convicted myself. I do this sometimes myself, and I have to disentangle myself from the work and actually step into healthy habits so that I'm going to be more effective for my family, for my organization, for people in volunteer organizations that I'm trying to lead. And I recognize that it's a very easy trap to fall into, but I want to um, uh, have you think about this. Dee Hock, the former president of Visa, said that something like 80% of leadership is self-leadership. And I think he's right. Like he's made his fortune on people who can't lead themselves, spending money through using Visa, right? I think that's right. I think that most of leadership is getting yourself to do, grabbing yourself by the scruff of the neck and making yourself do the things that you need to do. And that includes self-care. And it's not frivolous to take care of yourself. Now, maybe extra time at the spa or something when you don't need it is, but just engaging in basic self leadership and self care is of utmost importance if you're going to be a significant leader who's going to last, not somebody who's going to, like a shooting star, burn out. And the temptation is to try to do more now and make this happen and then find the resources later on. Leadership isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. And you have to think of it in those terms. And if you do think of it in that terms, you think in terms of pacing yourself and the self-care that you need. So I hereby give you permission to engage in self-care. Just do it. Get adequate sleep. Eat right. Make sure you take time to exercise. You'll go a lot further. You'll last a lot longer if you do those things. This is the best way to lead longer, by taking care of yourself.